Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of the Confidently You podcast. How are you? I'm Helen, your host and owner, head coach here at Fit Girl Club, health and wellness coaching. How are you doing? How's your week been? How are you getting on? If you enjoyed the bank holiday weekend, hope you had a lovely time. About that health and wellness. I was speaking to my client the other day and I was like, what do I actually do? And now, disclaimer, I know what I do, obviously, and I know what I coach and how I help people. But I was like, she was struggling to tell a friend what sort of coach she had because I'm not a PT. When I started out, I'd say I was sort of a PT, a personal trainer in a gym, on the gym floor. And I did that when I started out 7 years ago. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's what someone wants to do, that's great. And if you have a PT, that's also great. PTs tend to be, on the gym floor, you go do your sessions with them and they might give you some help outside of that. But yeah. And then I was like, I'm a fitness coach, but some of my ladies don't necessarily come to me to get fitter. I've got others that do. I've got girls that are working on specific strength training goals, and I'll always encourage, as you know, resistance training and fitness and general fitness in life. But some of the girls don't do much fitness. Some of them do just plenty of walking, and we work on aspects of their life as a whole. So everyone has help with nutrition, improving the nutrition, but most of them come for fat loss, but some don't. I've got a couple of girls at the minute that don't really need fat loss. They're more in like a maintenance stage or just being healthier, and I help them with the nutrition. This is what I was explaining to my client, and she said, Helen, you are a health and wellness coach. And I was like, that fits right, because what I do is I help women have their best possible life. It's nothing to do with me, nothing about what I want. It's about the best version of themselves. And something I say to all new potential clients whenever I speak to them: the transformation doesn't require you to become a different person. It just requires you to become more of yourself and the best version of yourself. So I love that. Health and wellness. I might change my bio to that. But I thought you'd enjoy that little welcome in. This week's podcast. What's a podcast? This week's podcast is based on some of the conversations I've been having with some women recently. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. My business is blooming and I seem to be attracting the right people. Every time I get on a call with a different woman, genuinely, I'm just like, this person is ace and I really want to help them. And we just get on really well. And it just shows my years of trying to do better content. What is better content? More authentic content. I want my content to be like, this is me, this is Helen, this is who you're getting as a coach. If you don't like me, then please don't come and do my coaching, because if you don't like me, you won't like the way I coach. And I'm just attracting some amazing, amazing women that I genuinely love and care for and want them to do amazing. With those conversations, I'm always asking, what have you done before? What have you tried to before in different things? And it's got me thinking about some of the things that are out there that you do not need, okay? None of you. Please listen to this. This podcast is going to be how to spot some like red flags in the industry, and it's some of the industry BS that you see everywhere that you don't need to have a better life. Some of these things will actually make you have a worse life, and I'll tell you why. So this week's episode is 10 things you don't need for fat loss or better health, aka how to spot fitness BS. Now, if you get on a call with someone and they try and sell you any of these or force any of these on you, run. When it comes to coaching, especially if you're in a one-to-one program, it should be about your life, what you currently do, how you can improve it. And it should be obvious that you shouldn't need to buy anything extra. Like, none of my girls are told to buy any supplements or any additional things on top of the coaching. I teach them about their lives, how to make that better. So it's just a little like warning flag for you to know, and then you can carry on with your life. And you might see something pop up on Instagram and you're like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Just watch out some of these transformation photos as well with people at AI now. Absolutely shocking. It's just Some people are just scammers, grifters and scammers. But here's some of the things to look out for and some of the things that you do not need to lose fat, feel better, or improve your health. And you might feel slightly called out in places, but I'm going to do this in a loving way, okay? If you don't like what I say, fine. You move on, go away. But just think about it. Just think about some things. And you might have worked with someone in the past. Like, sometimes I get women who are so advocated for, like, slimming clubs and certain things. And if you are, stick with that. If you love it that much and it works for you, stick with it. But if there's an inkling in your brain that you're like, I don't think this is quite right, then just always be open to perspective. At the end of the day, my aim is to help people, not to sell snake oil. So let's get into it. Number 1, expensive fat-burning supplements. Now, these aren't as prevalent as they used to be, but you used to be able to go into, well, you probably still can, Holland and Bankrupt. And I stole that saying, by the way, from one of my first client. Hi, if she listens. I love it, Holland and Bankrupt, because it's not the best place to get your supplements, girls. I used to go in there and think, oh, health. Because it's just like, it envisages health, doesn't it? No. I'll tell you where to get better supplements from. And always check labels and make sure like the percentage of things are high. But stuff selling in there, like half of it, you don't need it. Most of it you don't need. So expensive fat burning supplements, if they actually worked as they claim, we wouldn't have a global weight loss struggle. Now, this is the difference between like weight loss injections, which actually do work, but I still don't think are the right solution for most of you, and just a tablet that you take. Now, most fat loss burning supplements are just like caffeine, just extra caffeine. So what caffeine does, it gives you this like buzz of more energy, it suppresses your appetite, which is what weight loss injections do as well. But it's not fixing your habits, and it's not fixing any issues deep down. Some of them as well are diuretic. Is it diuretic? Well, basically they give you diarrhea, laxatives, and they're not good for you either. If you think about like a normal working body, a healthy working body, you need food as fuel. Nutrition gives you energy. It helps make you feel good, daily life, skin, hair, nails, everything you possibly need. High quality nutrition, plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins for muscles, some healthy fats sprinkled in, and a sprinkle of joy because life's for living. You could be eating all of that and lose fat, right? But you could also be eating 10 chicken nuggets a day and lose fat. The healthier body is the one you want, not just the smaller body. We need to be moving away from skinny. I say this all the time. It's all right to have a weight loss goal and want to be healthier and to lose body fat, but to strive to just get there by any means possible, you are not healthy. You could live on 10 chicken nuggets a day and you'd be slim, right? But you're not healthy. So this is what the fat burners do. It's like putting a plaster on a broken leg. It's not helping solve the problem. It's just covering it up. The second one is like huge. I didn't realise how big it was at the minute. And if any of you are followers of an influencer and you might be a cult follower and be like, no, she's amazing. And apparently she's done amazing stuff and all these other things, probably a bit similar to Joe Wicks. But then you start looking at different things and you're like, that's not right though. Like what you're selling yourself out for. But if you're putting MCT oil in your coffee, please stop. Please stop. Please stop paying for it. And please stop putting it in your coffee. There's so much to unpack with this. Basically, simple science. It's an oil that you put in your coffee and it's said to have ways of, it's like an appetite, they say it's an appetite suppressant. Well, it might be a bit, but still, if you're having coffee and oil first thing in the morning, oh my gosh, unless you're actually in ketosis and on a keto diet, which I've talked about before and is very extreme, and a lot of you, 99% of you wouldn't want to do it or stick to it. Plus, I don't think there's enough research on the health benefits and negatives of it, because you will have higher fat content in your body, your bloodstream, which is cholesterol. And if you're perimenopausal or menopausal, you are prone to high cholesterol anyway. So I just don't, it just screams no. And this is advice from doctors, GPs and studies as well. I'm not making this up, right? Okay? You know about cholesterol, lots of dirty lard, which is LDL cholesterol, buildup of fatty cells in your arteries. And if you're putting oil in your body, eek, eek first thing in the morning. But let's look at the different way of like, not just for health. Obviously, it says it has health benefits, but for fat burning, what they say is that if you have it in the morning, it suppresses your appetite. I know I drink it and, well, probably feel sick, so I suppress my appetite, but I would still be hungry. It's 120 odd calories for just a thing of oil. So what is that actually giving your body apart from suppressing your appetite? Aren't you better to have a good quality breakfast? Massive bowl of high protein Greek yogurt, loads of berries, some seeds, some like loads of macronutrients, really good for you. And some fibre, good for your gut, help you poo better, have better toilet trips, which is good for you in general, and that'll make you feel full. I don't know why we've gone down this line of oil coffee, butter coffee. These people that say this is a natural GLP-1, food is a natural GLP-1. As long as you're eating a good nutrient-dense diet, that's helping you. We all have GLP-1 in our body, by the way. God, this has gone really sciencey really fast. GLP-1 is what they put in weight loss injections. Now, our bodies naturally produce GLP-1, but when you put the injection in, obviously it increases it, which for most people on these injections, it's just making you not eat because you just feel full all the time. In the 80s and 90s, they used to do this with speed. That's what people used to do. They used to take speed, which makes you not want to eat, so you'd lose loads of weight. But we all know that's not healthy. Weight loss injections are a great thing if you are morbidly obese and you have mental health issues that you struggle with food and you can't stop eating, okay? But for most of us, and some of the women I'm seeing now with pictures who are just turning into skeletons, losing their muscle mass as well as their fat, which will in turn give them osteoporosis, brittle bones, and they'll break a bone, and then you'll be with a hip replacement in your 50s. What's the point? We don't want to be weak, we want to be strong. But this is the line it's going down. And then now there's people saying, oh, natural GLP-1, natural this. Just have a better diet. How many of you can hands up say, yeah, I eat 5, should be more, 7 portions of fruit and veg a day, good quality fruit and veg, high quality proteins, all the healthy stuff, look after myself, go out for walks every day, do a bit of exercise. I cannot lose fat and I stick to it consistently every day none of you putting your hand up now. None of you. Because it's not possible. I know people that eat healthy and still, can't lose weight, but I know it's overconsumption of calories, okay? Appetite is down to your nutrition. Getting help with good quality nutrition and it'll give you more energy, make you feel full, and therefore suppress your appetite. I make it sound really easy. It's not easy, but it's simple, but it is hard to add into your life because we have a set way of living and we have to change things. So number 3, eating loads of small meals to boost your metabolism. I spoke to a lady last month and she'd spoke to a coach who was charging a ridiculous amount of money, by the way. Red flag here. He told her to get a credit card out to pay for his coaching. And I'm like, I would never do that with anyone. If you want to get a credit card out, that's your opinion, but I'd never tell you had to. Anyway, by the by, I said, oh, well, what was he offering? And she said, oh, she had to eat 5 meals a day. This lady was in her late 50s. She's got a husband. She wouldn't want to be eating 5 meals a day. Prescription diets, red flag. You have to eat this food in this order to lose fat. No, you don't. A good coach will teach you about nutrition, so overall nutrition. Yes, there has to be some sacrifice. Yes, you have to make some changes, but not this, everyone has to eat 5 meals a day. I think that's the bodybuilder way of little and often and keeping your metabolism going and your fire burning and stuff like that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Your metabolism's not going to shut down. You don't need to eat 5 meals a day. Look at me. I'm fine. I have my breakfast, lunch, evening meal, pudding every night. My little dessert keeps me on track, but it's not a magic fat loss formula like with fasting. A big one, number 4, cutting out entire food groups. This is where like the keto comes in. So if you're on a keto diet, you do not eat any carbs. It's just like fat and protein. And that means no vegetables. Please don't do that. Vegetables are good for you. Carnivore diet. It's dying out. I can see it dying out. It's become, the people, these men usually, sorry, it's always men that are advocating for the carnivore diet, getting colon cancer because they don't have any fibre in the diet. And it's a problem now, isn't it? So they're backtracking. But no matter what you need them all. And you're allowed to fit everything in. I've got clients who'll have, a sweet treat a day, and I don't mean my sweet treat of yogurt and fruit. Some of them will have a biscuit or a bit of chocolate, or once a week, have a pizza, or anything can be fit in within your diet in moderation, and it's about planning that. I've actually got an amazing, I know she listens to this, so she'll know who this is. We have a little secret code, but she's an amazing client and she's doing fantastic. And she's very social and eats out quite a lot. I'm sure she had 3 meals out last week, and she sent me the menu. We planned food. She's now knows what to order before she even sends me the menu. But sometimes it'll be like, oh, you've done really well for a couple of weeks, The other week it was an anniversary. I was like, have the pudding, have the 3 courses that one day. Don't do it every day, but fit in, and she's getting great results. Yeah, you don't need to cut out anything. You just need to be more mindful and get some support. Detox teas and juice cleanses. Where's Herbalife? Where did that go? Is that still around? I think there's another one called the Cambridge diet as well. Oh my God. I'm sure it's like soups and shakes and... Ugh, no thanks. Slim Fast, where did that go? You don't need this, girls. This doesn't help. The problem with things like this as well is when you're doing it, if it's like a soup shake for breakfast, soup for lunch, no, their soup, not just a soup, and then a healthy tea off their menu, you can probably stick to it while you're doing it. Oh, this is great, it's working. Sharon, I've lost 10 pounds this week. 10 pounds? Yes. Fine, do it for 3 months, whatever. Great, look at you. Woo, new woman, drop 2 dress sizes. Let's go back to normal life. Oh, wait, you can't. Because it's not taught you how to fuel yourself properly and have proper nutrition. Also, some of these diets like Fast 800, other ones similar, they're putting you in a really big deficit. So you're on like 800 calories a day. So for a lot of you, it's restriction. No, for everyone that is restriction. But for a lot of you, that will then lead to binges. Binge, restrict, cycle. And that's how it goes around. And around we go. Because you're restricting yourself that much. You can't have it. I can't go out tonight. I can't do this. I can't have that pizza. I can't have that. I can't have anything I want. I can't have that bar of chocolate. I can't have... Nope. 2 months. Well done. What happens as soon as you go on holiday? Bang! Wheel for the rest of your life. Isn't it time you got off that roundabout? Now, number 6 might sound controversial because this is something I do, but I don't do it. Tracking everything forever. What? But Helen, you tell us to track our food. Yes, but with the goal in mind that you stop tracking. I know, madness. I don't track anymore. I don't have to track my intake anymore. I learned how to eat for my life. In balanced meals, I fit in meals out, went out for a Sunday roast on Sunday. Amazing. And I don't track anymore. If I feel things letting slip, I just rein things back in a bit. I don't need to track calories anymore. I still weigh things though. I weigh my oats because otherwise I'd quite easily fill the bowl. 40 grams does not look like a lot in a bowl. It's a sad portion, but it's enough. Pasta and rice and other things. And there's still things I do, like it's my habits. I still eat the same. Still eat plenty of veggies. And that's what I'll do if I feel myself like putting on a few centimetres. I'll just be like, right, let's reduce the pasta and the rice. Let's increase the veggies. That's it. Let's a bit less snacks. Like my snack cupboard's full at the minute because for the past couple of weeks I've been reducing my calorie intake because I was letting it slide up, and I've had to have a couple of weeks off running, or week really, so I don't need as many calories. So I was like, oh, now's the time to get a bit, lean up a bit, lean up. But the idea is that tracking is a tool to get you to your destination, and once you're at your destination, you can stop tracking, and that's what I teach my girls to do. But don't feel shamed if you ever have to jump back on. Have a little reset after a holiday or an event. You're like, oh, I think I need to rein myself in a bit. That's okay too, but you shouldn't have to track for the rest of your life. You shouldn't have to track. You can if you want, if you enjoy it. The perfect meal plan, and this is why I'm a bit against meal plans, because they're all well and good, again, like any other diet that I talked about before, to teach you how to do things. But then what happens once you've stop that? Or what happens if you've got an event or a birthday? And then the problem with most women is anytime you go off track, inverted commas, you feel like a failure, and then you self-deprecate, and then you're like, oh, I just give up, I'm useless. We've all been there, we've all done that. This is what all my clients are. I'm like, you're not useless, come on, let's go. It's like learning that it doesn't have to be this rigid rules and strict. It's they're just not good. And if a coach is just giving you a meal plan, that's lazy. Unless you're paying like a cheaper group price, fair enough. But if you're paying for one-to-one coaching, they just give you a meal plan. Thanks. Just ask them what nutritional coaching they're going to give you. Because I give one-to-one specific coaching. Literally go through food diaries. Next one is working out every single day. So more is not necessarily better. Better is better. Gosh, we need to rest, girls. We need to be productive with rest. Rest is productive. It's okay. I've been speaking to one of my girls this morning. She's absolutely amazing. Love her to bits. Flying, doing really well. She's, again, super rapid, really fast at running. And then she's been really stressed. Loads of things happening in her life. And she's got a bit, she's not injured, just like there's something niggling. And it's warning signs, little whispers telling you, hello, I need some rest. And what we've sat this morning discussed, apart from lots of other things, is we're going to actually start planning in rest because she doesn't know how to rest properly, and rest is productive. I do not train 7 days a week. No thanks, can't do it. I used to try and do it, but just burn myself out. It's disgusting. I'd rather enjoy it. I had a bit of an accident last week. I fell over. Shock. I've done it before. Don't feel sorry for me. I am clumsy. Bashed my knee open, and to be honest with you, my legs were tired the day I did it, so that's why I wasn't picking my feet up properly. Anyway, I'm all right now, but I couldn't lift my knee up properly for a few days, and I've got a event on Sunday, and I was like, oh gosh, am I not going to be able to go to that? I'm meant to be tapering anyway, which is where you reduce your volume, and I just rested for, well, I did it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did my first run yesterday. Oh God, I felt like Superwoman. Felt like I honestly felt like I could have run forever. I had so much energy, and my body felt rested. And it was just a little warning sign. Yeah, it wasn't nice that I bashed my knee fully open and bruised it all. But I just needed the rest. You've got to rest. Rest your body. Rest is productive. Especially when you're weight training. Those days in between where you rest is where your body builds the muscles. If you don't rest, you won't build the muscle. So we need to learn to rest as well. Working out every day is not productive. Number 9 is a complicated morning routine. And again, you're like, Helen, but you tell us to have a morning routine. Yes, but mine is get up, sunrise alarm clock, got my little jobs to do outside, little jobs to do downstairs, and then take Una for a walk, and then at 7 o'clock I'm at my desk. That is it. I used to meditate every morning, and I absolutely am a firm believer in doing some sort of meditation practice if you have got monkey mind, if you're all over the place, especially in the morning, just to start and center yourself. I actually did a meditation on Sunday, and it was so nice. I'm going to show off now. I can actually do unguided meditation now because I taught myself. Meditation is practice. I did it for years. For about 4 years, every morning, 5 years. At one point I was doing breathing exercises as well and all these different things. And yes, I don't meditate every morning now, but I can just go into it. I can just I've trained my brain to go into that meditative state. I do sleep meditation every day and it still does have its benefits, but it's nice to do. If you have got monkey mind, I would really recommend it. But I also don't sit and journal. Journal for hours. I don't, have my stretching routine. You need to think of a routine that works for you, that fits in, but that doesn't compromise your sleep so much. There has to be some sacrifice sometimes if you've got a busy family life and you've got to get up a bit earlier before, the kids are and everyone up so you can exercise and different things. But you don't have to. Wake up at 5. Well, you see some people getting up at 3. That's just ridiculous. 5, drink lemon water, stick your face in ice, cold plunge, sea swim, stretch, meditate, do a high rocks training, become a new person, start a new business before 7. Just pick a few things that work for you. Like I said, mine is sunrise alarm, get straight up, do my little jobs downstairs. By little jobs, I mean I put the washing up away from the night before. I have a little set routine. Make Una's breakfast and make myself and Martin's drink so that when we come back from the walk, it's ready to drink. And then we go and do a half-hour walk, and it's lovely. Sometimes we don't even talk. We didn't really even talk this morning. It was just nice walking around. And then the last one is waiting for motivation. So this is a big one because motivation comes and goes. It's unreliable. It's a bit flaky. The women who always want to get results aren't motivated all the time. I'm not motivated all the time. If you're sat waiting around for motivation, it'll never come. Instead, you need to set a routine that fits in with your life and be consistent. I've got an amazing client. She's been with me for a while. I've known her since I lived in Manchester, actually. She must have been my longest going client. She's come and gone. She had a baby in between and everything. Like, I'm literally, we're growing up together. She's great. And I hope she listens to this. I think she does. When she's motivated, oh gosh, flying. You know, she smashes her workouts, she's tracking her food. And then she's like, oh, Helen, I'm not really motivated. And I just said to her, I was like, ride the wave. I was like, no one's motivated all the time. You just have to, when you're feeling that dip down, you just have to do the bare minimum and keep that going. And just remember, when you're feeling down, the highs come in, you'll come back, it'll come back. And yeah, she messaged me the other week saying, Helen, I've learned to ride the wave. And it's like an epiphany to know that she can just accept that motivation isn't there all the time, but she's just got to be consistent with her habits. And she does. And she's amazing. So I hope some of this really helped you. And I know some of you might be like, oh, well, I do that, I do this. And it's not to judge you or come at you. It's just to tell you the honest truth. Since I got 30,000 Instagram followers, what? That's crazy. I know. I've worked my ass off to get there, by the way. That didn't happen overnight. But since I've got more followers, I just seem to be getting inundated with emails from people asking for like collaborations with like these companies that I don't even believe in. One was like fiber gummies. Get 6 grams of fiber in 2 gummies. And I just go eat an apple. An apple. Go eat an apple. Have some raspberries. Stop it. I'm not going to endorse this absolute nonsense. And I was saying to Martin, I wonder who I'd endorse out of anyone. And I think it'd be Aldi. Just Aldi. I love Aldi. Maybe Tesco. Be kind. But yeah, I won't sell myself out, but there are plenty of people out there that will, and they'll prey on people who are struggling. Women, perimenopausal, menopausal, they're finding it hard, and they're like, here's your solution. It's not. And if you ever see anything that you think, this sounds fishy, just send it to me. I'm not going to force you to sign up to my coaching. I will tell you honestly, and I might just share it with the world and be like, this is BS. Anyway, have a fab week. Hope you are being good. My gran used to always say that. Be good. And I'm going to sign off with that from now on. Okay, have a great week. Be good.